A test was devised to judge the reflex times of candidates applying to operate high-speed machinery. The results were divided into two age groups. The first group consisted of men over 40, and the second group consisted of men under the age of 40. Test the claim that there is no difference in the mean reflex time between older and younger men using a level of significance of 5%. Well, to start us off, we will always need null and alternative hypothesis to begin. So the claim is that there's no difference in the mean reflex time. So if there's no difference, then what we're saying is that they're equal to each other, because if there was a difference, they would be not equal. But if there's no difference, then they're equal. So here's our claim. Now this claim falls under the null hypothesis because it has the equal sign in it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. And then now I'm going to put the alternative as mu1 is not equal to mu2. Okay, the next thing we need is the p-value. Well, the p-value is going to come from one of our tests in the calculator. And in this case, it's going to be two samples, and it's going to be a t-test. So it's going to be a two-sample t-test. Now, I don't want to go straight into it because I don't have the stats already to plug in. I only have the data, but I haven't put my data into lists yet. So that's where I actually need to begin. So let me go into the list editor, and I'm going to start typing in my data into the list. So 25.7, 24.8, whoops, and so forth until I get all the data in. Okay, so that's everything for L1. And just quickly go through your data and make sure you've got the right numbers in, because if you type in something incorrect, you're going to get wrong answers, and there's really no way of kind of determining that what you did was just mistype the value. So double check your data as you put it in. Once you have group 1's data in, you can start on group 2, so starting with the 7.8 into L2, 11.5, and so forth. Okay, now that it's in, I'm just going to double check my data, make sure I've got it all in correctly. Looks good. All right, so now that I have my data in L1 and L2, now I'm ready to go over to my two-sample t-test and calculate a p-value. So list 1 is my group 1, so that's L1. L2 for list 2, that's great. Frequencies, just leave those as 1. My symbol in the alternative is not equal to, so I need to make sure I check the not equal to right here. I'm always going to be doing no for a pooled value here. And then calculate. So the p-value is 0.0159. And I'm just going to compare that value, so 1.59%, to my alpha level, which is 5%. So this is smaller, which means, you know, by the rule, if p is low, the null must go, then I must reject the null hypothesis. And now I'm ready to fill in my sentence. Okay, so I rejected the null hypothesis. That means I put is over here for the first blank. And the original claim was in the null hypothesis, so I was trying to reject it. So there is enough evidence to reject the claim that there is no difference between the mean reflex time between older and younger men. And that's all there is to it.